Well, after that brief identity crisis, I'd say it's probably high time I check back with the Gillenorian Coalition and see how things are faring. Huh. Adventurer, come over here. We should speak. Hmm? World Guardian. Good. Armadale, Icthlarin, and I are concerned by the level of influence Saren is exerting over this council. Shall we see how it goes this time? Alrighty. Once more, I have summoned the Berthorpe Council to discuss the very real threat of the Elder Gods. Yes, you must save us, Lady Saren. Tell us what to do.
Such times require strong leadership.
No, that isn't what I... Very well. Since Karapak's plot was little short of genocide, we will resume my original plan and attempt to placate my aunts through the creation of a garden. This again. The effect is getting stronger. Do you know a lot about how Saren's aura works?
I was not always Azzanadra, your trusted friend. 6,000 years ago, I was Azzanadra, Pontifex Maximus of the Zerosian Empire. I maintained civilization and the rule of my lord against all those who called themselves gods. I am very familiar with Saren's influence.
Hmm?
We can no longer rely on this council.
Hmm.
They are completely under her sway now.
Oh dear.
In time, they will recover their initiative, but for now, they are nothing but puppets. Disappointing, but not unexpected. Saren is obsessed with the adult elder gods. Her guilt and shame blind her to the true threat. It is not the adults who are destined to destroy us. It is their unborn children.
That's true.
If they wake, they will devour this world, and in time, all worlds. If the best these fools can do is waste their time on senseless appeasement, then it falls to us to save them.
I hope you have a plan.
Find the Elder God eggs. We must stop them hatching.
A fool's errand, but better than nothing. I cannot stand against Saren. We have an arrangement. She seeks a path of peace out of compassion for her only true family. Do what you must, but I will remain with the Council and aid in their efforts. As for me, I will not work with a traitor. It's been nearly 7,000 years, Psychopompus. Surely the good of this world outweighs the events of the distant past. On the contrary, the past will always come back to haunt you, and the world is too precious to leave to the machination of apostolates. I do not trust you, Azzanadra, and World Guardian. I would counsel you not to trust him either. Hmm. This Maharat is shrewd and well spoken, but his loyalties ever lie with his master, and no one else. You speak of loyalty as if it were a vice. Loyalty is the highest, perhaps the only, virtue. Loyalty is only as virtuous as the Lord you serve, and your Lord is far from virtuous. It is not for creatures such as us to question the morality of a true God. His thoughts are beyond our comprehension. He is a higher power. Enough, Azzanadra. Zeros does not need you to defend his honor. As you wish. World Guardian, I assume you do want to help. What did you have in mind? Meet me inside the dig site in Caradet. Since no one here is of use, we will find our own allies. Well, it's fortuitous that I didn't decide to deposit this. It's just a hop, skip, and a jump. Ah, there you are. Was your debriefing completed to our Lord's satisfaction? I guess so. He stopped talking and left, so assumed we were done. What did he want to know? He just asked me a bunch of questions about the Shadow Realm. No idea if I told him anything he didn't already know. It's hard to tell with that face. Ah, World Guardian. You've already met Trindine, of course. How are you feeling? I'm all caught up on current events. Seems like it's just been one long disaster while I've been gone. War, genocide, war again, apocalypse. I'm back now, though, so we should be good. So, what's the plan, boss? Saren is obsessed with the adult Elder Gods. She is still racked with guilt over murdering her and our Creator, and trying to appease the others is her way of seeking amends. But it is not the adult elders that pose the real danger. No, their offspring are the true threat. Piecing together Saren and Karapak's claims, there must be 3 eggs on Gielinor. Ma never laid an egg, and Jas sacrificed hers to create the Stone of Jas, which has since been destroyed. If the 3 remaining eggs hatch, they will destroy our world and in turn the universe. It seems to me to follow, then, that our efforts should be focused not on the adults, but on the eggs. I'm with you so far. When my lord returned to us a few years ago, he gave me the task of locating those very same eggs. I can only assume he foresaw our current situation. I am ashamed to say that I have not yet succeeded in that task. With your help, we will correct that oversight. We need to find the eggs. Once we find them, with enough information and study, we may be able to devise a plan to stave off our annihilation. Alright, what's our first move? You and I will travel to Runescape and inspect the site of the previous generation of eggs there. Trinidine, a moment. I have other orders for you. Meet me at the World Gate. It is in Kandaran, southwest of the Tree Gnome stronghold. Oh, I've been there. Don't worry about me. There it is up ahead. Hmm. Where's Azzanadra? Ah, there you are. We need to make our way across the surface of Runescape back to the Elder Halls. If we want to understand the Elder Gods and their eggs, it's the most obvious lead to research in more detail. Right. Well, then let's get to it. With Ma's death, the constant destabilization of this region has calmed somewhat. It is strange to see it so peaceful. You think this is peaceful? It's a volcanic wasteland. Compared to what it was when it shaped us and hardened us, yes, I would call this peaceful. I will see you up ahead. Oh boy. Hope I can make it through without incident. Oh boy. Ah. Dope. Oh. Hold on. You could be faster. Some of us can't just teleport everywhere. We can pause for a moment. Why did Zarosek... I doubt I'll get a straight answer from that one. So, let's just keep going. Ah. There you are. Do you need another rest? Okay, now I'm wondering. Can't you teleport me? Teleporting others is extremely difficult. Only gods can do it easily, and even then it requires vast reserves of power. I know tell other. It's easy to cast. That sort of spell only teleports to a specific location. Teleporting to arbitrary points is much more difficult. Makes sense. Let's move on. Let's. Gotta keep moving. This place is liable to kill me. Just like last time. We're almost there. Well, might as well see if he does have an answer. Why did Zeros activate the monolith at the Archaeology Guild? It is necessary for his plans somehow. Somehow? You mean you don't know? He did not tell me. It was not something I needed to know. I thought you were his most loyal follower. Whether I am the most loyal, I cannot say. For hundreds of years I served his will to the best of my ability. The title of Pontifex Maximus seems pretentious now that there is no church and no empire, but it is technically still accurate. How can you place so much trust in someone that doesn't trust you? You speak of Zaros as though he were a friend, an ally. Isn't he? Of course not. Zaros is a god. With him lies all authority. If I need to know something, I will be told it. Let's move on. I can remember the last time I went through here. I had less constitution, much less. I do not think we are in imminent danger, but we should not waste time. The Elder Halls of Runescape are just up ahead. Let's see here. World Guardian. Someone is in here. Who is there? It's me, the adventurer. Oh, I'm glad to... Look out! A Maharat! Stop! That's Azzanadra! Azzanadra? High Priest of Zaros? Azzanadra, who transcribed the ancient magics in the pyramid at Yaldrock? That Azzanadra? Yeah, we go way back. Are you going to introduce me to your friend? I'm Arion. I'm here because I saw something. After my friend Zinnia died, I started having visions. They're not completely clear, but I believe our world is under threat. The Elder Gods will rise and destroy Gielinor. I'm sure of it. The Council of Birthort don't seem to be interested in doing anything about it, so I've been searching for answers. I thought the birthplace of our universe might be a good place to start. That's why we're here too. It's not the adults, though. It's the eggs that are the danger. Yes, that's what we thought too. What have you been able to determine so far? I've only just arrived. I noticed there are 5 eggs here, but only 4 Elder Gods on Gielinor. The 5th god Ma never left Runescape. She was recently put out of her misery. We think there are actually only 3 eggs on Gielinor. Jas transformed her egg into the Stone of Jas, and Karapak destroyed it. Oh, hence Stone of Jas. Makes sense. Well, let's examine the egg fragments closely and see if we can work anything out. One lies at the end of each of the tunnels. Alrighty. Well, guess we can start with the closest one. So that's what these are, huh? Never knew. Guess we'll get some answers. This one just looks rocky. Is there any way we can tell what happened? Only in a very broad sense. The eggshells are still here, and this world has been devastated. Presumably it was the hatching, but it was so long ago, there's no way to be absolutely confident. Has Runescape always looked like this? My people came to Gielinor around 7,000 years ago. I lived here on Runescape for hundreds of years prior to that. Only hundreds of years? I thought you might be older. Life was a lot harder here than on Gielinor, even accounting for the God Wars. Living to several hundred years old was unusual, and I was one of the oldest and strongest of my tribe. To answer your first question, yes, or at least it had looked like this for as long as I have been alive. and as long as anyone I knew had been. This is just what Runescape had always been like. Whether it looked different in some prior age, I cannot say. I'm starting to notice a pattern. Let's have a look. The eggs are all the same shape. Wouldn't you expect that? I suppose. But I've met Jas and I've met Ma, and they were very much unlike each other. Hard to believe they're the same kind of beings. Wait, you met Jas? The Jas, creator of Gielinor. Oh, it was a while ago now. You remember Sliske was trying to get the gods to kill each other? Yes, he put that big scoreboard up in Varrock. Didn't seem to really go anywhere in the end. Well, after he died, I met Jas. Apparently he was working for her, and pretending to, or something. What was she like? Cryptic. I didn't really learn anything. And she didn't look anything like Ma. Well, Jas mostly looked like a huge clock or something, and Ma looked more like a humanoid, scarred and deformed, but definitely humanoid. I think I might have seen them. Where? The visions I mentioned. I saw the adults, I think. Perhaps the young? It's unclear. They shared a form. A sinuous body, endless in length, bursting into a flower at the head. That sounds a bit like Fool. She appeared briefly over Anachronia. Oh, yes. I heard about that. Is it possible you only saw Jas's head? Maybe. I suppose she could have had a body somewhere back there. What about Ma, though? Ma was deformed. It is why her sisters abandoned her there. Deformed into a humanoid. Can you imagine a more wretched form to be trapped in? I'm sorry, what? That was a joke. I don't get it. Never mind. Hey. Earth, ice, and now fire. I suspect this is the one Ma came out of. It's still hot. It is magical, I suppose. Are the Elder Gods associated with the runic elements? Fool seems to be fire. Wen is ice. Perhaps water? Bick is either earth or nature, and Jas is... time? I don't know of a time room, but I know new runes have been discovered before. I don't know what Ma could be. Shadow, perhaps? But Shadow isn't a rune either. Aren't they supposed to be different aspects of time? Change, stasis, undoing, something like that? I'm sure I read that somewhere. The Elder Gods are true gods, like my lord. I do not believe they can be so readily categorized. They may have superficial aesthetic qualities, but that does not define them or limit them. They are gods. They are beyond our comprehension. We'd better hope otherwise if we're going to save Gielinor. Well, I have a feeling they may be otherwise. They birth. Who knows? It's possible that they bleed. Even though Ma was deformed, she was defeated. So I'm guessing it'll only be more difficult, but not impossible. There's something on this one. A spiral of a different substance. This was Ma's egg. Something happened to it, and she was born deformed and insensible. It's icy. I can feel the cold radiating from here. Wen has an association with ice. Why would Wen sabotage Ma's egg? This was not Wen's doing. How can you possibly know that? Magical energy has a resonance, a flavor, if you will, or a smell. This whole place is suffused with Ma's resonance, a resonance that I and all Maharat share with her. How can you detect it? Maharat are beings of magic. We're attuned to it, just as you can smell meat. There is another resonance on the egg, but it is not Wen's. In fact, it reminds me of... Remember Zemragal? He had a black stone he used for necromancy. He said he found it in Karamja, and the fool thought it was obsidian. It was cold to the touch, freezing in fact, and it shared the same resonance as this corruption. The black stone again, huh? But Ma is dead now and poses no threat to Gillinor. This is a mystery for another time. Hopefully I can reach a point where I can complete the Curse of the Black Stone. There might be some insight in that. This looks familiar to Ma. It really does look like the Stone of Joss, doesn't it? Joss made a tremendous sacrifice when she gave up her unborn offspring. It's weird that she didn't seem angrier with Karapak for destroying the stone. Do not confuse the primitive instincts of mere mortals with the thoughts of gods. You place great significance in your atavistic impulses. Your urges drive you to behaviors, and you never stop to question them. The stone had long ago served its purpose. I doubt it had more significance to Joss than any other tool. You're saying that a tool made out of your own children wouldn't matter to you? I value all Maharat. Those I had a hand in the creation of, and those I didn't, matter equally to me. Besides, the reserves of power in the Stone of Joss were not limitless. They weren't? No. I have never touched it. I am no fool. But I have been in its presence many times over the millennia, close enough to sense it clearly. At the height of the Empire, it contained far more magical energy than it did when Lucian possessed it. That's all the eggs. I should check in with Azzanadra and Ariane. There's no obvious sign of what happened when the eggs hatched. Other than the hellscape outside, you mean? Well, yes, but there's no clear order of events. Did the hatchlings destroy the planet? Or maybe the planet had to be destroyed in order for them to hatch. Yes, exactly. These clues are thousands, maybe millions of years old, though. Some time ago I obtained a device that could be of use here from a construct of Jas. A blank observation crystal. I believe I gave it to you. Oh, yeah. Oh, this thing? Yeah, I thought it might come in handy, so I brought it along. Collect memories from the wisps in the cavern so that we can search them for anything useful. Will do. Not sure how many I'll need. I guess I'll keep siphoning until it's out. Let's see. I believe that should do it. So, let's see if... Ah, there we go. Maybe I should take it over here. See what we do. Blank observation observed the memories I collected. Good. Give it to me. Nothing. Strange. Perhaps the memories are too faded. Let me try. I'm a seer. This is... Oh my. This is like what I saw. What brought me here. What? I will try to show you. It's powerful.
This world was lush once, green and flourishing, a perfect womb for the sleeping gods. Within their shells they slumbered in a yoke of incredible power. The currents of magic drove more and more energy into the eggs until they reached a bursting point. Sensing the impending birth of their young, the adults pressed in close. With a touch, they imparted their identities and their memories.
Oh!
The eggs burst open and the hatchlings within emerged ravenous.
Oh.
Their mere presence drained all life from the cabin around them. Within moments, every other living thing nearby was dead, drained of all life. Nothing could stop them. The world was doomed. Further and further, their reach expanded, blanketing everything. Minutes later, Runescape was a desolate husk. The sated hatchlings traveled out into the universe to remake it. In time, they grew old and hid eggs of their own beneath the surface of Gillinor.
Oh no.
Our world will suffer the same fate as Runescape.
Oh.
We must stop them. Somehow.
But what about that fifth egg? Ma.